Hey everyone, Donut here. Welcome to another episode of the Retro series where we're looking at classic football games from the 1980s up to the 1990s and sometimes beyond. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're awful. And yes, we are still here and we're still looking at some football games. There's been so many football games on the ZX Spectrum that I didn't realize there's going to be over 100 episodes for this alone. I thought by now I was going to be doing rugby games or horse racing games on a specky, but no, we're still doing football, which is good because I am a football fan. So this is a game, World Championship Soccer, done by Elite Systems, done in 1991. Now this is a game I didn't haven't really heard that much about. It's a 128K game only, and it was also available on the Plus 3. There was some reviews, but surprisingly on the Spectrum Computing website here, it was done it as previews. But when I looked at the actual review was actually a full review. So we'll go to the review straight away. We'll look at Crash Magazine, 1991, February 1991 review of the game. So, here is the review of World Championship Soccer 999 1499. 54% it got overall, so it's not going to be a very good game. Uh, so we got the reviews. Elite releasing the football game? Nah, it must be a dream. Hang on, it's true. World Championship Soccer is here. Many moons after the World Cup has finished. Yes, a good year or so. Choosing from three options at the beginning. World Cup competition, one player against computer. No team selection. One player against computer. Choose your team or two-player game. A world map pops up, and then from there, using your pointer, you can pick from 24 countries which teams you want to play against. Having made your choice, you continue by picking individual players for your team. So that's pretty decent. And then individual attributes of each team are shown and choose 11 players and hit the pitch. Six groups of four countries. As usual, features such as corner kicks, throw-ins, goal kicks are here, but despite some good options, the graphics leave a lot to be desired. Okay, lots of guys running up and down the pitch are never particularly spectacular, but these look these do look good. Also, the loss of choice to change the game time is a bad move. The game doesn't actually last for 90 minutes, but times it seems like it. So what does good old Nick says? The game takes ages to load. We won't have that problem here, obviously. And then there are all the options to wade through. It's pity that after all, the actual soccer sim is not up to much. Large, awkward moving players across the screen and scoring goals is dead easy as opposing players don't look keen on tackling. What makes World Championship Soccer better than any other soccer games at the moment is its league system. You can work your way to the top of the true World Cup style and have full control over the team and play and the players you put in. The inclusion of a bit of humour in this was an excellent idea. When you make a player kick, his leg gets contorted in some strange positions. Yoga on the football field. World Championship Soccer is another football game to stick on top of even the increasing pile. Nothing really new to offer. 50%. So 54% overall. Better than some recent football games. God, they must have been awful in the early 90s, but still way too late to cash in on the World Cup boom. So let's head over to the game. So here we go with the first screen that greets you when you load this game. This is the 128K version, so I'm expecting the graphics to be a little bit decent. Now, of course, this is pretty new to me, so I'm hoping some of these keys are responding. And then you get your first screen there, the World Championship Soccer screen. We do get a bit of sound. Now I've turned the sound off. I'm actually using my Xbox controller here, which is very rare. That sound actually was just happening for about 20 seconds there, so it's very small, short sound. Now I've got the sound again. This sound is just an endless loop, which is getting annoying already. So the map of the world. So you can select any nation here. So there's some, you can be like where my arrow is. You can be Egypt, and then of course Europe. Many countries here to choose. I don't see France. That's weird. You can't play for France. You can't play for Portugal. You can't play for any Scandinavian. Oh yes, you can. There's Sweden. You can play for Sweden, but you can't play for Norway and Finland. And then you've got a random country over here, which I think probably is Japan, maybe? That looks like Saudi Arabia. That looks like Cameroon, maybe. My world geography isn't that good. Yeah, so the music is actually, if I just show you, let you hear what the music is, this is endless loop. Yeah, if you keep hearing that, that will drive you nuts. So I'm going to be England, obviously. Select England. There's England's stats then. Do you want to click them? 5-2-4. So skill 2. Click yes. So this is where you select your team, which is quite good. Shilton in goal. Then it tells you who you want to go first. So up front, maybe Adams, Pearce on the left, Butcher on the right, and Stevens in the middle. Midfield, then we've got some famous names. Hodge goes there, Barnsley on the wing, Robson in the middle, and Gaza up front. And then forwards, Lineker. And I think these are the 1990 squad actually. So that's cool. So there's our group. We're in the Emulation League with Costa Rica. Costa Rica is actually our first point. That went quite quick. So here's the game. Now this is what let people down. So I'm actually playing in white. There's not much sound actually. You can just hear that. Actually, no, you can't hear the sound. There we go. You're not hearing much of the sound. You heard there's a whistle, and I've just scored. Yeah, sometimes with these games there are sound problems, and I've got a feeling there is a sound problem with this game. Sometimes this happens when you are on an eliminator. Um, oh, I just figured out I've actually scored 2 own goals. Oh dear. Have you just spotted that, everyone? I've actually, I thought it was too easy to be true. I've actually scored 2 own goals. I've gone the wrong side of the pitch. Here we go. This is more like it. I should be going the wrong way. I was paying so much attention to tell you what the game is like that I actually kicked the ball the wrong way. But yeah, the endless sound you can hear, I think is a sound fault. I will turn it off now. The sound's off now. Only hearing the referee. What the? That's a strange goal. So we are losing this. So I'm guessing there's not meant to be this endless sound problems. But again, as I was trying to say as I'm playing this, is that sometimes when you play games on the emulators and stuff like that, the sound has a problem. And clearly this is one instance when there's a sound problem, which is, oops, I didn't kick the ball. The ball sometimes just leaves your feet without even thinking about it. So, which is a shame. Oops, I can see what he means by the tackling. He does look a bit odd when he tackles. I'm trying to go talk to you about this. Well, there's a constant tone through my headphones, which is a bit irritating. I might actually have to turn it right down so I can. There we go. I can concentrate more on the game and talking to you guys. Um, yeah, there's definitely a sound issue with this game. The only sound I'm hearing is this permanent, endless sound of a humming tone. And in the actual game sound, there is the whistles, but this is it really. It's a shame because the presentation of the game is actually. Come on. Oh, yeah, that's not really good. What's the goal? Is that the goalie? The presentation of this game is actually not bad. The little, the map of the world. You can select what country you want to be. Each country has its own skill level. All good. It's just, this is just not good. This ball definitely has a mind of its own. Um, but we'll stick with it. There's actually no. I'm trying to find a player. Oh, there we go. No, my players just get the ball, and sometimes they kick without even letting me kick the ball myself. I'm playing on the Xbox controller, so it's nice to see the Xbox controller actually working for a change in this game. But I don't think it's fully working. But at least you saw some goals. What happens when a goal is scored? Even though I just realised as soon as I've scored those 2 goals, and I thought this is very easy. Then I realised I've just scored 2 own goals. Well, it had to happen eventually in this reviews. Oh, yeah, that was an amazing goal they just scored there. So I'm trying to see if the timer is working. I don't think the timer on the top right hand side is working either, which is very strange. But I can see why it only got about 54%. Oh, actually, that humming tone has now left. It's now completely silent, which is good. So if this is the only sound of the game which is meant to happen, which is literally no sound, then that's disappointing. At least we had some sort of little theme tune and a mini game tune, which was on the loop though, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, World Championship Soccer, nothing to write home about, I'm afraid. This, again, I can see why it only got around 50-60% because if you got more than one person playing this game, then, I think that time is going up, that's why. Then I can see why you might like it. But, oh, was that an own goal? I'm doing. I think I was trying to do a back pass there, and either the goalie's very, very awful at this, which clearly he is, um, or I'm just very bad at it, which is probably true as well. But anyway, this, yeah, there's not much more I can say about this game, I'm afraid. But again, the presentation screen is pretty decent. This is from Elite, though. Elite, a very respectable company back in the 80s and 90s. This is quite. Oh, that's the tackle. This is quite poor for them. But it's funny the review said this was actually one of the most decent ones of the early 90s. There must have been some real shockers then, because this is not good. Uh, but the first couple of screens are quite decent. Again, you can be various countries. It's nice to see a world map. I haven't seen that often. And also, yeah, we're getting completely hammered in this game. Um, but each country has its own rating, which is great as well. You can pick your own team, so you've got all the players' names, so that's even better, even though it does nothing here. Like, it would be nice when you got the ball, which player has actually got the ball, especially, I think, with each player's in their selected positions, but it doesn't do anything here. And it looks like we're going to lose again. Yeah, we're losing 7-0. I think that'll be a good time for us to finish this. This is getting a bit on an embarrassing side. So I'll let the game carry on. Actually, I will pause the game myself here and we'll do an end review. So I'll pause the game now. So yeah, the presentation schemes are pretty decent. Um, Various groupings as well. Each country's in a grouping. You can choose whatever country you want to be. I think this would be a good game with friends, but the actual game itself isn't great. Um, at least the pitch is not huge like some games we've tried before in the last couple of episodes. The pitch was huge. The ball seems to have a mind of its own. Controlling players is quite easy, but again, it goes all over the place, which is a shame because again, the first couple of screens and the tunes are quite good. There's virtually no sound in this game either, and this is the 128K version as well. So quite disappointing World Championship Soccer, but at least we've actually had the chance to play it for a few minutes. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this review. Many thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this review as always. Stay tuned for another episode next week, next Saturday, normal time, and we're getting very close to the end of the actual football side of this series, but we've done well over 100 episodes by now, so it's been great fun. So thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't, and comment and send a like. That'd be amazing. So don't say goodbye. So goodbye. What are your thoughts about this game? Please let me know in the comments. Many thanks for watching this video. Greatly appreciated. If you like this channel, please send me a like or subscribe.